Richard was always, little boy was just, I guess all moms are gonna say this, smart, he just, everything was just easy, I guess, when he would, learning how to go pee-pee, doing, walking, everything just, it seemed natural, I guess. It wasn't a struggle. That's what I could say. It wasn't a struggle.
School, I mean, I don't mean to sound too like big-headed, but I've always had a good head on my shoulders. I went to Catholic school when I was in elementary. And you can't just be a average cat. I mean, yeah, you could be whatever, but more or less, like, they're really on you. If you don't cut it, they'll simply cut you. And so I was into it. I was a reader. I was a good reader. My mom used to have me read. And I mean, but like, as growing up, like, once I hit like that age, 12 years old, like, it was like, that's when I started like just going to where I was headed. And after that, there was really no much talking to me. But before that, like, I was all right though.
Because of the violence, I used to read a lot. Since really young, and I think that was what made me so smart, where I didn't even have to really study in high school. I mean, I remember studying, but not really a lot, where I would still get A's. It was a part when I graduated from Montebello High School. I graduated with honors, but I would have graduated with highest honors, but I didn't come from that school I went to, because we went to private school. So there was a part where I've talked about, where I had anybody needs to see it, I'll show it to them, because I have it, a 4.0 in one of the semesters. And this is where even I had, because of my smartness, I guess, I was going to go to the service. And we had the Air Force and Navy and all that. And the Air Force, smart, no, I didn't go there either. And I could have had a scholarship. But I was kicked out at the age of 17 at my house. And that messed me up. That messed me up. So I actually had so many credits in high school. I could work part, and you go to school, and then half day you could leave, and I go like have career, day. Yeah, and there was even a part in my life where my mom, through someone she knew, had the opportunity to meet somebody from the school of Loyola Marymount, and I never went. Never went. I think that even my own life, this is where Richard knows where my potential is, where I could do a writer. One thing is with creative writing, even in school, I would always be with creative writing. When I got to college, I went to East LA College, and I went to, Rio Hondo was me two schools. I need a PE class, and I'll get my associates in criminal justice. But mind you, before that, I could have gotten in it, because of my job, because I knew, you're going to trip out on this. My son just told me this, and he's right. When I was 12 and 13, I used to write the songs from the radio, okay? And and when I found out in high school you could write shorthand, I thought, so I actually have like a notebook of all these songs, like the stylistics back, all these word by word. And, I didn't think at 12 or 13 it was anything. Richard goes, Mom, you had it in you then, writing, right? And so when I found out I was a sophomore, not even a senior, I was a sophomore, it didn't help me because, by the time I was a sophomore, I did 80 words a minute. Junior year, I did almost 120. No, I did 120 because I got my thing. But I still needed to be a senior. So, you know what I mean? What is that? Because I wanted to learn how to write songs from the radio. It wasn't to get a job. So and of course, at that time, I was getting to creative writing. But I never got into anything else. And then I was continued to read. I'm a movie watcher and reader. Excuse me. So then when I started going to college, in my, English 101, teachers are like, you have talent writing, and I would never, pursue it. That's why now, because of Ricardo, and I actually have inside there stuff that I write throughout my dreams. I got some crazy ass dreams and stories that I can just make up, but now I need to process that. That's just the school that I'm going to for script writing. I'm learning how to put that in perspective and put that in order, and it will. So yeah, and if my son's saying that I'm that smart, thank you, Ricardo.
My mom, like every mother, they always want the best for their child, and they always think their child could, you know, achieve whatever, you know. And like I said, my mom's a really intelligent woman. She always knew I had it in me, and I guess now after all them seeds that she planted growing up, I guess, like, you know, she really sees, like, you know what, fuck it, like, they're, you know, now they're blossoming, they're coming out of them seeds that I planted, they're really coming out, and she's happy, you know, she's happy I'm making the choices that I'm making. And yeah, she never had a, like, she never seen that I couldn't make it, and now that I make it, she was like, yeah, I told you, you know, you just gotta put your mind in it.